Hey guys, welcome back. So now here in this session, FI MM integration once again. So here we are going to see the practical part. So guys, practical part means first of all we'll have to start from configurations because if you have to perform P2P testing, see FI MM integration means what guys? We are going to configure this P2P process, procure to pay, right? So procure to pay. I have in the previous session theoretically I have already explained what is this procure to pay, right? Starting from like this is procurement process, right? Here starting applications purchase order, I'll have to do one thing guys. I'll just do one thing. Let me close this. Okay, so we have seen all the process like how I have explained already theoretically P2P process and all. So now the same process is going to be mapped into SAP here. So first of all we have to do the configurations and then only we can perform testing part and as well. So here, if you talk about the configurations, guys, lots of configuration steps are there. Lots of configuration steps are there that is going to be done one by one. Now, in real time, who is going to do these all setting, guys? So whatever settings are available here right now, whatever settings you are going to, whatever configurations are visible to you all is going to be done by consultant, material management consultant. We are not having any MM consultant here, and we have to perform our testing in the sense we have to test this P2P, we have to configure this P2P, right? So for that, what is happening? Whatever MM part is there, that is going to be configured by us itself. So there might be chances if you talk about the understanding about the creation of like what is the logic behind the creation of whatever the org structures are there from MM side, there might be some difficulties, but I'll tell you guys, yeah, here the thing is this is not our responsibility. If you have like if somebody uh, need to have a perfect understanding, then of course they should have a perfect understanding of MM module, and MM module is also a very huge module. It's like lots of things are there from MM side also, but we are learning finance module, so we are going to do the configurations from finance point of view. So minimum configurations we are going to do from MM side, so that what will happen here if I talk about like if we have to put test this P2P scenario, so at least we should have a purchase order. Purchase order is supposed to be set up, right? Then after goods receipt, invoice receipt, so we can check like okay during goods receipt what is happening, how the data are going to flow from PO, and then how the system is going to determine the GL accounts during invoice receipt, again how the system is going to determine the GL accounts and all. These all things can be. So minimum at least like purchase, if you're going to create a purchase order, then multiple details need to be given over there. This purchase order is going to be created against which purchase organizations, against which plant, what should be the storage locations and all. Multiple such kind of details are required, guys, right? So these things we have to set up. So minimum basic settings we are going to do from MM side, so that we will be able to create the purchase order and finally we can perform the testings and all. Okay, so whatever this settings we are going to do, these all settings will be done by MM consultant. Okay, it will not be done by you people. Even in real time, let's suppose, and even most likely you won't be having authorizations also to set up this, but purchase organizations plant and other things, but still we have to do it. So we have to define purchase organization first, guys. Look at here, the first setting is defining purchase organization. Now, so purchase organizations means what, guys? Purchase organizations generally it represents the purchase department of a particular organizations, right? And generally it is responsible for procuring, purchasing materials or services, and negotiating all the general terms and conditions of purchase with the vendor, right? Who is going to do all these negotiations and all, guys? It is going to be done by purchase department itself, right? So for that we have to create a purchase organization. Now how many purchase organizations are going to be created, again that is going to be discussed by whom? MM consultant is going to discuss with material management end users, right? Whoever the core team member is there, MM consultant is going to discuss with them. Okay, so now purchase organization is going to be defined as an organizational unit here in MM module, and generally this is the highest organizational unit in material management module. So anyway guys, now here we are going to how to set up this purchase organizations, that I will show you here. Let me log in first and then I'll show you. Now, so what is the transaction code guys to define purchase organizations? The transaction code is OX08. Okay, no need to remember transaction code, no need to remember path, as I told you, because this is not our setting guys, this is not our configurations here. We are going to do this configuration on behalf of material management consultant. Now the question is, what about like in real time? Are we going to do like do you have to do in real time also on behalf of MM consultant? No, not at all. On behalf of, if MM consultant is there, that is, these settings are going to be done by MM consultant. If MM consultant is not there, then that is the responsibility of project manager to bring the material management consultant from inside of the organization or outside of the organizations. Anyhow, they have to arrange the material management consultant. Now you just do one thing, click on inventory, and here we are going to define purchase organizations. So I'll just give a code here, TM00 itself, and we can give a description here. Okay, so just save it, Control S. So what we have done guys, we have defined the purchase organizations. Now after definement, so this purchase organizations we have created, right? And this is created for Tata Motor, like company code, subsidiary, right? So how SAP will come to know that this is created for Tata Motor? So of course, assignment is also required. So what is the next setting guys? Next configuration step is we have to assign this purchase organization with a company code. So use transaction code. I think OX01 is the transaction code. OX01. Okay. So use /n OX01. Now here, give your purchase organization TM00. And here our company code is also TM00. Just give here. Right now, look at here, company code does not exist. Why? Because assignment is not there. Once you press enter, then look at here the status. That is gone. Now here the company code name is appearing. So now save it. Okay. Now what is happening? We have done with the assignment, right? What next guys? The next one is we have to define another organizational unit called plant. Okay. So now we all know what is plant guys. Plant is a manufacturing unit of a particular organizations, right? And generally here it is going to be created as an organizational what is a unit in material management module. Okay, so now so what we have to do, we have to define this plant, and even assignment is also required. Plant is also going to be assigned. So your plant is going to be assigned with the company code and purchase organization both. So two assignment is required. So first of all, what we have to do, first of all we have to set up plant. How to set up plant guys? OX18 we are going to use. OX18 I'm going to use. I'm using transaction code here. I'll try to add the path in the configuration document. Okay. And as I told you, like whether you data is logged by somebody, so what we have to do, SM12 again we have to use, and remove your user ID, and then delete the log. Okay, so I'll just click on delete all. Okay, and then user one, once still it is there, so you just do one thing, edit and select all and delete. So now OX18, right? OX18 or what to say, I think OX10 and OX10 is the transaction code for defining plant. Click on inventory guys. Here again TM00, same code I am going to give. so that it will be easy to remember. Okay, and then here anything else, you can give a factory calendar here, that's it, and save it, Control X, and here we are going to give the country code, and remaining details are not the required entry, that is why I have not given. So what we have done, guys, we have defined a plant as well. Okay, what next? So assignment of plant. Plant, as I told you, plant is going to be assigned with the company code, and plant is going to be assigned with the purchase organization as well. So first of all, we are going to assign this plant with the purchase organizations. The transaction code is OX17 here, and click on new entry. So purchase organization TM00, right? Plant is also TM00, same code is there, so no need to remember. In the sense markup, simply this is what the benefit if you guys are going to keep the same code. Okay, just for this, for the sake of practice, right? In real time, whatever codes are required, that is going to be decided by a consultant and all. Okay, now so here, and of course similar code will be there, like there what codes are going to be given, right? It could be numeric, it could be alphabetic, it could be alphanumeric. Okay, so somewhere like certain logic, TM means startup motor, right? TM, after that like numeric, or else alpha, like alphanumeric as I told you, or else alphabetic also could be. So now here, so what we have done, we have assigned this plant with purchase organization. What next, guys? The next one is assign the plant with company code. And what is the transaction code? So earlier we have used 17 or X17. Now we are going to use X18. So X18 means what is happening? Click on new entry, and then here company code is TM00. Plant is also having same code TM00. Press enter here. Now, so the descriptions are going to appear here. Just save it. So what we have done, guys, we have done with the assignment part. So till now what we have done, we have created our purchase organizations and assignment is done. We have created plant, assignment is done. What next? The next one is storage location. We have to set up storage locations. Okay. Now these details are required. Why? Because at the time of creation of purchase order and all, these all details are required. Like if the vendor is going to deliver the goods and all, so where the delivery is going to happen, so all this storage locations, plant, all details will be there in the purchase order itself. Now here, so we have to define storage location, guys, and the name itself is telling you the definition. I said storage locations, right? So storage location is what, guys? This is the place where the stock is going to be kept physically, right? So that is why this is, and this is also required, guys. This is also going to be defined as a organizational unit in middle management. Okay, these all things will be defined by your consultant, middle management consultant itself. It is going to be done. So in real time, these things, whatever settings we are doing right now in real time, it will not be done by you people. It will be done by your consultant. How to define storage location? OX09 is the transaction code by which we are going to define storage locations. And guys, storage locations are going to be created with reference to plant. It means under plant, we are going to set up the storage locations. So give you a plant code, and then here storage location, same code I'm going to give. Under a single plant, we can have multiple storage locations also. Okay, now just save it. So what we have done, guys, we have defined the storage locations. So till here what we have done, till we have defined the storage locations, right? Maintain posting period for So guys, here now so from material management side also we are having like posting period maintenance. Okay, that is going to be, so period open close activity will be performed by your consultant. Okay, for FI whatever is there, that is going to be done. OB52 is going to be maintained by FI people, right? But here, So now here, if you talk about OMSY guys, sorry, OMSY setting in the sense like maintain posting period for material management, right? So here, generally this transaction code OMSY is going to be used to open the material management posting period flow. Okay, only first time only. Okay, and for subsequent, in the sense after that, for subsequent opening in the sense like later on what is happening, for subsequent opening and closing of this posting period later on, it is like a different transaction code is going to be used, that is called MMPV. MMPV transaction code is very famous guys from MM side, and it is going to be, I'll just specify MMPV. Okay, so I'll tell you, neither you'll be having access of this one, in the sense neither you'll be having authorization of OMSY nor you'll be having authorization of MMPV. Why? Because we have nothing to do with these posting period guys. When it is going to be open, why it is going to be open, these all logic will be, so that MM consultant know very well, and these people are going to do these settings, right? Here we are going to do, because we don't have any MM consultant here, so we have to do ourselves all the settings, right? So now here, maintain this posting period for material management. We just do one thing. So go to /NOMSY. Again, it is logged, guys. So what we have to do, once again, SM12. And this is what the problem, you can say problem or challenge is, whatever it is, in online server, because several user will be there. So data will be logged, right? In that case, you have to delete the lock. There is no any shortcut, nothing is there. You must have to delete. Click on delete all. Okay, now we are going to use OMSY transaction code. Okay, so look at here, OMSY. You need to click on position, and first of all you give your company code. So company code is going to appear by default here. You need to give your the period. What is the current period, guys? The current period is, it's like, let's suppose November, right? So November means, I think 8th period, right? If you talk about April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 8th period it is. So give 8th period and press enter here. Okay, so these fields are going to be updated automatically. Now, here if you are going to apply a check mark, it means system will allow posting in the previous period as well. So you can apply a check mark and save it here. Now, what next, guys? We are having multiple other steps also. Now define valuation level here. So this is one-time setting and client level setting, guys, OX14, and I think it will be already done. So let me check it. OX14 / OX14. Okay. So now here, valuation level. So what is this, guys? Valuation level means valuation area is plant and valuation level company code, or is valuation area is company code. It means whatever the materials are going to be evaluated, guys, these materials are going to be evaluated at plant level or company code level. So plant level itself is the preferred one, which is going to be already, it is setting is already done. So no need to do anything, guys, just keep as it is. Now here, activate valuation control. This is also, look at here, somewhere it was activate valuation control. What is this? OMWM. Let me check it. What is this, guys? So here, okay, valuation grouping code active. What is this valuation grouping code, guys? That I will let you know. Okay, so now here, valuation grouping code active. What next then? Assign valuation grouping code to the valuation area. Let me do this setting and then I'll let you know. So first of all, valuation grouping code is active, and then assign valuation grouping code to valuation area. OMWD is the transaction code. So here, use this transaction code OMWD. Click on position. Valuation area is what, guys? Valuation area, just give TMWD. Okay, so our valuation area is plant, right? So, and here valuation grouping code, I'm going to give the standard. Okay, 0001 is given by SAP. That even new valuation grouping code also can be created. What is this valuation grouping code, guys? So look at here, valuation area. Valuation area means, valuation area, we can say like it's a kind of level at which the material is going to be evaluated. It means like material is going to be evaluated at plant level or company code level. If we say like plant level, then plant is going to be treated as valuation area, right? And if you talk about valuation grouping code, so valuation grouping code is what, guys? Valuation grouping code is the combination, in the sense, group of valuation grouping code. Generally what is happening, guys? Valuation grouping code is going to, it's going to group the valuation area. How? I'll tell you. Okay, we'll try to understand. If you understand, it's okay. If not, also it's okay. Now, generally what happens? Generally, if you talk about the GL account assignment here for automatic account denomination, as I told you in previous session, that whenever we set a purchase order, after that we are going to, let's suppose once we have received the goods receipt is going to be posted against with reference to purchase order, right? So there, during goods receipt posting, we have simply given PO. We have not given anything else. But what is happening? Once you post, system is going to, accounting entry is going to be generated. How it is going to happen, guys? So in background, system is going to check lots of settings and all, and then system is going to determine the GL account. Certain logic is there behind that, guys, but still we are in configurations. Right now, it is not possible to explain. So now here what is happening, guys? Lots of things are going to be triggered by system. System is able to determine the GL account. Accounting entry got generated. Okay, but how? Somewhere we have to assign the GL account. So GL accounts are going to be assigned somewhere. Where it is? In OB setting, we are going to assign the GL account. Let's suppose GL account is 1005. So it is going to be assigned against certain combinations. And which combination, guys? That is going to be decided by your MM consultant. So most likely it will be like valuation area and valuation grouping code. Valuation area and valuation grouping code. Now, what is this valuation area? So again, it will come into picture, guys, in the upcoming, in the sense, in further what is the configurations. Right now, if you talk about valuation grouping code, so as I told you, valuation area is what here? The valuation area is plant. Okay, and let's suppose this Tata Motor is having multiple plant, A, B, C, D, E, F. Multiple plants are there. Okay, so whenever, if you talk about the assignment for every plant, what is happening, guys? So now here, let's suppose this is the valuation class for raw material. So here the same GL is going to be assigned like this. So now how many steps, guys? So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now, so if the same GL is going to be assigned against every plant, and with this combinations actually, so here what is happening? SAP is saying that you do one thing, whatever the plants are there, so these all plants are going to be linked with a particular code that is called valuation grouping code. That is called valuation grouping code. Okay, and then no need to do this much settings, guys. Here one valuation, what is say this one valuation class, and then instead of giving all the plant, we are going to give this valuation grouping code. So look at here, in a single line itself, the assignment is going to happen. This 0001 means what, guys? This 0001 is going to represent all the plants, whatever these plants are there, these many plants. Let's suppose you have like for these three plants a different GL supposed to be, and for these three plants a different, in a sense like posting supposed to be, whatever transactions are there supposed to be posted in a different GL. In that case, what is happening, guys? For these three plants, we have to set up a different valuation grouping code, and for these three different valuation grouping code. And here the combination will be 3000 0001 and then this GL, and again 3000,002, and then a different GL is there. So is going to be assigned. So what is the use of valuation grouping code, guys? So valuation grouping code is going to group the valuation area. Okay, these all plants. Valuation level is plant, so plant is called valuation area. Now here, so what we have to do, assign valuation grouping code to the valuation area. So now here we have already, the assignment is already done. Right, now what next, guys? Let me check it. Define material type. Okay, guys, now what is the use of material type? So here, if you talk about material type, okay, so it is quite similar to account group, guys. Here in Material Master, material type is having almost same role, whichever role was there from finance side. We are having account group, right? For vendor, for customer, for GL, we have created account group. Okay, so we can say, okay, so this is quite similar, like all the, okay. Now, whatever, uh, like let's suppose we can say all the similar nature of materials are going to be created against a particular material type. The way all the similar nature of customers are going to be created, or is all the similar nature of GLs are going to be created against a particular account group. Likewise, all the similar nature of materials are going to be created against a particular material type. Generally, it controls the field status of material master and number ranges as well. Okay, so here, guys, we are not going to set up a new material type. We are going to use the existing one. Okay, we are going to use the existing one. Use transaction code OMS2. Don't go for OMS9. Use OMS2, and I think the connectivity is broken. Might be. Let me log in again. So I have used my, this is my mobile network I'm using. That is why the connectivities are getting broken very frequently. Now, so once again, we are going to use this transaction code OMS2. And what are we going to do, guys? Okay, so SAP has already given certain material type, standard material type, like for raw material we are having ROH. Okay, so now here, what I'll do, click on position and you click ROH. Okay, and you can copy. You just do one thing, guys. You just copy this ROH, and can I make it TROH? Press enter. Now this is already created. Okay, so TM raw material RM I'm going to create. TM RM, or else like we can create like raw material, right? So RM00. Then press enter. It's fine or not? Okay. Anyway, we'll do one thing, guys. Let me do one thing. First of all, you just go to ROH itself, and here you give your company TM00, and then save it. Okay, and then one more thing. First of all, so you have to select this ROH and double click on quantity and value updating here. Okay, click on position, press enter, give your valuation area TM00, and then here you need to apply a check mark and save it. So we are going to use the existing material type itself. Now what next? The next one is, let me check here. Maintain default value of tax code for invoice verifications. Now the question is, see, I'll tell you. Now, so why we have to specify the default value of tax code for invoice verification, guys? Now, whatever this default tax code is there, that is going to appear during invoice verification. Invoice verification is micro transaction code. Okay. Now, even we can specify the tax code at purchase order level as well. Okay. So here, what is happening? So in that case, the purchase order, whatever the tax code is there, that is going to be defaulted from purchase order itself, from PO itself. Okay. Now, if you talk about, okay, so if you talk about the tax code, generally it is going to be defaulted in purchase order from two things. Okay, that is coming from, like, let's suppose if it, we can maintain at PO level also, or else if you talk about like at purchase order level also, it is going to be defaulted. Now, how it is going to be defaulted? So that is coming from purchase info record, or the second way is, the second one is, that is called condition technique. But again, condition technique means lots of configurations will come into picture. Okay, whatever, like, I'll tell you guys. So whatever required configurations are there, okay, that is going to be done by consultant. Okay, if you talk about this condition technique and all, then multiple settings, as I told you, it's going to be done. For example, we need to set up a new condition table. Again, we have to create a new access sequence is also required, guys. Again, you need to create a pricing, condition type, that is also supposed to be created, and that is pricing conditions, management pricing conditions supposed to be, pricing condition type supposed to be created. And then apart from this, what is required, guys? I think condition type is also supposed to be created. Pricing procedure is required. Again, like, we have to maintain the condition record for condition type, right? And then tax code supposed to be maintained in the condition record against certain combinations. So we are not going to look in those details and all, because as I told you, for those things, again, you need to be expert of MM module. So as I told you, lots of things are there from MM side and all. So that is why it is not going to be done. But I will do one thing. If you go to OMR2 slash OMR2 is the transaction code. Click on new entry, give your company code TM00, and here just give input tax V0, and here also V0, press enter. Okay, and one more thing, guys, anyway, just give V0 itself. During invoice posting, we'll check it. Right now we are not going to rectify our tax, what to say, this one, assignment of our tax procedure right now. That we are going to check during invoice posting, during in the sense, like, during testing. So what next, guys? What we have done? So we have defined the material type, right? Then maintain default value tax codes for invoice verifications, that is already done. Then we have to check the duplicate invoices. Now, so OMRDC, OMRDC. Okay, so generally here what is happening, guys, we are going to apply certain check to avoid the posting of duplicate invoices. Okay, means the same invoices are going to be posted twice, right? So that we have to avoid. How it is going to happen? /n. This is also going to be done by your MM consultant itself. Okay, because if you talk about that configuration path, guys. These all paths are going to be routed through MM itself, material management itself. It is not coming through FI. Now here you click on your position and PM00. So what system is going to check, guys? If you're going to post any invoice, so system is going to check company code, then reference, right? And invoice date, everything. You apply a check mark and save it. So for every invoices, the reference must be unique. Okay. Are we having here our company code, guys? No, it is not there. Sorry, I made a mistake. Click on this one here, change button, and then click on your entry, and then you have to give your company code, and then here you need to give your company code. You have to apply the check mark of these three. So system, before posting of invoices, system is going to check. Mainly this invoice reference is going to, if the invoice reference is going to match and these all criteria are going to match, then system will come to know that this is a duplicate invoice. Now here, then what next, guys? Then we are having certain tolerance limit. I'll tell you. Now, if you talk about the tolerance limit, guys, the way we are having tolerance limit from FI side, even we are having tolerance limit from material management side also. Okay, and these all tolerance limits are going to be defined by MM consultant. Okay, MM consultant. It is going to be defined by MM consultant. These people know the logic. Okay, say for example, if you talk about the price variances. Okay, now so for PO and MM price. Now, how to explain this? Okay, guys. Now, generally, what is happening? I'll explain it. We are having like certain things at middle master. We are having like moving average price, guys. Okay. So now what is happening? Say for example, how the moving average price is going to be calculated, guys. There is certain logic behind that. It's quite simple. I'll let you know. But again, this moving average price on middle master is going to be updated. It is going to be calculated and updated by system automatically. For a particular material, let's suppose moving average price is 100. And next time, whenever you're going to create a different purchase order, and once we receive the goods, at that point of time, again, moving average price is going to be updated automatically and it become 150. So look at here, what is the difference between 100 and 50? There is a difference of 50, which is almost 50% high in the sense increase. So for this one, what is happening, guys? It means whatever price is quoted on the purchase order is by mistake somebody has quoted specified the wrong price, right? So now here for this one, what is happening? We can define a tolerance limit even for the purchase order also, like whatever the uh, price variances is there, for that also certain limits can be specified that okay, whatever the new price is there, it should not vary, like there should not be, you know, it should not increase by 20% or 30%. It's not like that earlier you have ordered a goods worth of like 100 rupees per unit, and right now it become 250 rupees per unit. How come it possible that 150 rupees, it's already increased, right? It's almost more than 200%, right? So now, so various kind of tolerance limits are there, guys. Okay, that is supposed to be created by MM consultant. Now here, what I will do. Okay, so whatever the required tolerance limits are there, that is only going to be set up, as I told you. Because if you talk about the logic behind creation of these tolerance limits and all, of course, MM consultant knows better, and here these things are not going to be set up by you people. Till now, whatever settings we have done is not going to be done by you people. It will be done by MM consultant itself. This tolerance limits is also going to be set up by your MM consultant itself. So we'll do one thing. Now here, so you just do one thing, guys. Use transaction code SM30 for price variances. The tolerance limit. There is a key called PE. So you just do one thing. SM30. So I think once again it is gone, guys. Okay, so once again it is gone. So now here we'll do one thing, guys. So if we talk about the configuration, still we are having some more settings which is supposed to be done. Like this tolerance limit supposed to be maintained, then we have to maintain this plant parameters and all. Okay, we have to create the master data setup is also required before going for creation of purchase order, because purchase order is going to be created against a particular material, right? So for that again, material master is supposed to be set up. These all things will be done by people only. But wherever GL master comes into picture, there our involvement is there. So I'll just do one thing, guys. I'll stop the configuration here itself. Whatever the remaining configuration is there, 2-3 steps are there, that is going to be done in next session, in next session it is going to be done, and whatever required master data are there, that is also going to be set up, and we'll perform our testing in next session. So that's all in this session, guys.